Anybody else? Yes.
One quick question as far as you said if we didn't get the red wave on 2020, Bill Alva is the ruling wave. What do you say to the women that feel like we're taking the right from them? That's my biggest thing with my family I deal with is they feel it's a right being taken from them, so it makes them want to push the other way, but yet they don't like all that over there too. So what do you say?
Well, look, I mean, what I would say is, Iowa in the legislature, I mean, has enacted pro-life protections. The governor has signed that, and so. But I also think, looking at all these different issues that we have to deal with, education, crime, economy, there's just so many different issues that you say what you believe and you let the chips fall where they may. But my view would be that in Florida, they ran $30 million in ads on me, during my election, and we won overwhelmingly, including, like, we were winning single women. So people say, well, how could that be, a Republican or breaking even? And I think it's because we were there for the moms, the single moms. We were there with school choice. We were there with keeping the kids, the schools open. We saved jobs. We were helping, I think, on really significant bread and butter issues. And I think that that's something that's really, really important. So we're going to continue to do that. We're going to continue to stand for what we believe is right. And I'm confident that on all the issues that people are going to consider, they're going to look and say that we are so miles ahead of the Democrats on just about every one of them, that we're going to be able to marshal a big majority, just like we did in Florida, to be able to get this country moving in the right direction. And ultimately, it's in our hands as Americans to be able to make those decisions. So I look forward for that. I think your example in Iowa is very instructive about, a massive red wave that happened here in Iowa. They did the red wave. They did all their policy, and they still had a red wave, and that wasn't anything that inhibited that. So I think we've got to have good candidates. I think we've got to have good messaging, but we can win. We can win everywhere in this country. I think I showed that in Florida. I mean, I was winning places like Miami by double digits. Who thought that was possible even 5 years ago? Yet we showed that it is possible. All right, one more. Anybody else? Yes, sir. Oh, yeah. So that's actually, we haven't talked about this. So border. Day one, we'll declare it a national emergency. We'll mobilize resources, including the military, to stop the invasion at the border. When people come illegally, they need to be sent back to their home country. You cannot just have people in this country illegally. We are going to build the border wall. I'm actually going to build the wall and have Mexico pay for it. And I was supportive of that in 2016. In fact, that was the main reason I voted for Trump. I was excited to do it because we needed to take care of this immigration issue. He didn't do that, and he's given different reasons why. But the reality is, you got to make it a day one priority. The way you get Mexico to pay is not that they're just going to fork over money. Of course not. The way you do it, and this was proposed when Trump became president, you impose fees on the remittances that foreign workers send to their home countries. Mexico, Central America, it's billions of dollars. There's like $100 billion that they send, but you get billions of dollars. Do that and use it to build the wall. And I think if we had a full wall, Biden would not have been able to bring in 8 million people illegally. That's the whole purpose of a wall. A wall is a physical fact of life because, you'll have some people, I remember when Trump proposed it, even a lot of Republicans, Nikki Haley was one, opposed it. And they said, well, we'll just do technology or sensors or all this other stuff. The problem with that is, even if that could work, which I'm not sure it could, the minute you have an administration that doesn't care about the border, then they're not going to do it. And everyone's going to come in illegally. So you have that wall, that's a physical fact of life. Even an open borders president would have a hard time dealing with that wall. Because what are you going to do, take it down? No, you're not going to do that. So it's a physical fact of life support. So we will do that. But I think more than even that, I'm going to be the first president that is going to lean in and hold the Mexican drug cartels accountable for what they are doing to this country, because they are poisoning our people by sending fentanyl into this country, killing tens of thousands of Americans every year. And the thing about the fentanyl is this is not just people that are addicted to drugs. I mean, addiction's a tough thing, and that does happen, of course. But what you find with this is you'll have some student that they're struggling in exams, so they take some pill they think will just help them, and it turns out it's laced with fentanyl. And if it is, they could die right then and there, just one pill. We had a baby, 18-month-old, in Florida, family rented an Airbnb, crawling on the carpet. There's fentanyl residue, just residue on the carpet, and the baby came in contact and died. So can you imagine that? So this is really deadly stuff. China sending the precursor chemicals. No one's held them accountable. We're going to start holding China accountable too. But then these cartels are moving it in. So they're invading our country and they're killing our people. And we're just supposed to shrug our shoulders? I don't think so. So I think not only do you have a right as commander-in-chief, I think you have a duty to fight back against the drug cartels. So we're going to declare them to be foreign terrorist organizations, and we're going to use deadly military force against them. And once you start doing that, you are going to see a change in behavior. You're going to see us upend the apple cart. But there's sex trafficking, there's human trafficking, there's a whole host of things that they're doing. So it is going to be a day one issue for us. We are not going to rest until we finally put the issue to bed. Yep.